Awesome. Now we're live on YouTube. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. And we're also live on Facebook. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our 19th episode of High Five Live with Coach Clarissa. Now, I'm so excited because we are diving today in the world of business. Today's episode is about real life lessons and real estate. And today, why I'm so excited because I would like to introduce you our featured special special guest. He's a good friend of ours. We were just chatting a while ago and realized, wow, we've known each other for over 20 years now, and the lessons, the true essence of life, and what's happening in the world, and this guy's wisdom will inspire you. And of course, I don't want to miss any single word and description about him. That's why I have this chit sheet a little bit. Okay, before I introduce you to our guest, hello everyone. You may feel free to type your comment or questions below. We have also live audience here, our producer, our director. Thank you so much. And to all of you who have watched last episode, thank you so much. I really feel so blessed and grateful how you engage. And I'm so fascinated with how you appreciate life. And today, of course, you are in for a treat. Let me introduce you the Superman. He's the Superman realtor. A good looking who's married to a Filipina for many years. You are one of my friends that I can call smart, smart in the industry, smart at heart, and then very humble. You're really healthy at your age, and I'm so proud of you, and I'm impressed. And Jeff is an every man's and woman's down to earth, hard working realtor selling homes here in Winnipeg for the past 40 years. Imagine that, type 40. They said life begins at 40, but this guy's been 40 years in the industry, who sold over 20,000 new and old homes. And he says, based from our conversation, I overheard he still wants to sell 500. So if you're looking for a guy, this is the guy. So without further ado, let's welcome our featured guest today, Jeff MacArthur.
Thank you very much, Risa.
Yes. Hello, Jeff.
It's a pleasure to be on your podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I've been actually listening to Conan O'Brien's podcast, which is very entertaining. And that was the first I ever listened to podcast. So you're my second podcast.
And imagine, I'm your second, but you're one of the many people that I have invited as a guest. You with over 40 years of experience in this industry.
Yeah, I've been at it a long time. 40 years just kind of makes me old. But I've really enjoyed my career in real estate. I truly love my business and my job. I love dealing with customers, and I love making a sale, and I love making money. And real estate, that all goes together.
Wow.
I talk to some of the young guys. They just say they're in there to help people and then enjoy the business. Well, that might be true, but you have to grow the message.
That's right.
And I've been fortunate enough to always make a living over the past 40 years, and I thank my wonderful customers and referral people that help me achieve those loans and stay in the business.
amazing. I like when you said that, of course, in the industry or with your career, you have to be, you have to make a living too.
Well, you absolutely
Yeah.
do.
Mhm.
There's when I took the real estate license 40 years ago,
Mhm.
there was 70 uh, classmates, and it was a 2-week course.
Mhm.
Not like today, it's goes for a few months.
Mhm.
But when the class was over, the teacher said to look around the classroom
Mhm.
because in 5 years there'll only be one of you left. The other 69 will have left the business.
Mhm.
And it's really true. Over the years, I've seen many good agents that left the business for one reason or another. Either they found a better job
Mhm.
or didn't like it or didn't live in that.
Yeah.
So I've been lucky.
With what you're saying, there's one life lesson there that I caught. There's you have to be certain and the definiteness of your purpose. That is one best uh, thing that when you enter in one industry or another, you should be definite.
Yeah.
Like one of the definitions of your purpose is like, yes, you love what you do, you help and serve, but at the same time, also you need to live.
Oh, totally.
Otherwise, you'll be one of those people who quit.
That's right. And you have to have fun.
Mhm.
I always tell the young guys that I, help through over the years that one of the biggest things have fun in business because it is a kind of a mind-bending business. You're always dealing with people's emotions and stuff happens. You don't your expectation may just evaporate overnight, and then you're starting back at the top. So you've got to be able to handle that and get over that and move on to the next and have fun doing it.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what I always try to do is enjoy the business, enjoy the people, and
That's right. And with this podcast, even if you're just listening on a replay, I know and I encourage you to write down or make sure to put yourself and not just imagine, put yourself in a state where you started your own business or start in the industry. And then, hey, Jeff at 40, with 40 years of experience, that for me is really an inspiration. So why aside from having fun or loving what you do, how did you, like 40 years, like give us a picture. How did you make it for 40 years?
well, I started out selling farms in Forest Prairie, and selling farms is selling any kind of real estate business, commercial properties or farms is always a challenge because the economy is really controlled. They're always big purchases. So you might spend months working on a farm sale and then it just doesn't go through, or you get lucky and you sell a couple. But a friend of mine got a job as a sales manager in Winnipeg, working for a company called Blair Homes, and had sold his farm. So him and I were friends, and he told his manager at Blair Homes that he wanted to hire me. They were looking for someone to fill one of the showrooms. The showroom was in Garden Grove, and he built me up to be this super salesman. And so I got an interview with Joel, and I went in for the interview, and Joel had worked for Ryan Page as a manager, and it was a big office in Garden City, and he had about 100 agents. So when he got hired at Fair Homes as the general manager, he had a big pool of agents to choose from that were very experienced. But he also liked Craig, his new sales manager. And so Craig had built me up. And so I went to the interview, and first thing he asked me was how many houses I'd sold, and I said, none.
Wow.
Because I'd only sold
Yeah.
4.
Mhm.
And he asked me a few questions about houses,
Mhm.
you know, what's a split level, what's a Bible. I had no idea.
Mhm.
So, but he told me, he said, Jeff, he said, I'm going to hire you only because of Craig. And he said, you're probably going to fail, but,
Mhm.
you know, give it a go. And in a month, we'll get back together and talk. And so I went into the showroom in Iquez Street, 282 Iquez. And a beautiful bungalow. And with the open houses and dates. And the first month I sold 5 homes, and by Christmas I sold 20. And so I went back for my interview after a couple of months, and Joe said, well, I guess Greg was right.
Wow.
You are a good salesman.
Number one, someone believed in you.
Yes. Greg did.
Number two, during that time, you don't have any experience at all.
No,
And then number three, you have proven to yourself that anything could be learned.
that's right.
And then number four, because fast forward to 40 years, you learned something that you didn't know before.
Yes.
And now you have this wisdom and an inspiration to share to the community and to everyone who's watching with us.
Yes.
So now tell me, Jeff, what is one qualities that you think that made you a superstar, or what happened like from nothing to 20 sold homes? So what is
Well,
one thing that you have that?
I really
Yeah.
think that I'm not sure of this, but I really believe that my success at that time was my ability to get along with people and greet them and like them, and in turn they liked me, because I was doing mostly new home sales, which I've always done. And it's first impressions, and plus Claire had a very good product. They had a great product, and
Plus, you believe in the product.
I believed in the product. All my customers were Filipinos in the Garden Grove area. Probably, if I out of the 20 sales, probably not Filipinos.
So let's thank our Filipino community.
And I got along great with them, and with lots of things, basketball, all kinds of fun things when I was young, when we were younger, and
That's still so vivid in your mind. And then I also do believe that anyone could have an overnight success. But one thing for sure, it's not too easy to maintain and sustain success.
That's right. You've got to really believe in yourself, believe in your product. Going to the showroom every day can be kind of boring.
I think every day?
Well, every day except Friday.
Okay.
Friday's the day off, right across Winnipeg.
So what if you get bored and then you mention like you have to do it every day? Because like one of my mentors, John Maxwell, in order for you to do great in one thing, number one, you have to be consistent. Second, you have to do it like not just consistent, like do it every day. Every day. So when you get bored, and nothing in this world is like 100% fun.
Oh no, it can be really boring at the show.
So how do you conquer, or how do you manage those kind of feelings and emotions?
Patience is a virtue, and you've got to take the slow time with the fast. So lots of days no one comes in, and you end up just scrolling on your phone or on your laptop, reading the book.
Right.
But you always have to be prepared for the client that's going to come in and know your stuff, and be able to try to impress them and make them like you. hopefully they like you, and
Hopefully they like
yeah,
you.
and have all the information that you need in order to purchase something.
Nice. You are, you're dropping a lot of gold nuggets. Be patient, prepare yourself. Like it's like bottom line is you are, continue investing in yourself. Now, with that span of 40 years, of course there are ups and downs.
Yes, lots of
What is one thing that you think our viewers here could learn from those challenges that you've had? What is one thing what is one of the challenges that you've learned that you can't forget and gave you lessons?
Well, one thing is to not give up. I mean, it's easy to, the economy's in recession, obviously, people are not going to be buying. Right now, we're in kind of a high interest rate situation, and 2 or 3 years ago, it was so fast, and it slowed down. My funds are in the 500 plus price range. So, I mean, those are big payments. People are hesitant and hopeful that the interest rate will come down. So you've got to hang in there, and just kind of wait it out a little bit. This year has actually been pretty good. This year I think I'm at about 5 million in sales.
Wow.
And it's still just May. So, if it continues on, and if the rates drop, then it could pick up. So one of the things you've really got to do is kind of roll with the times, and don't get depressed. Try not to be down on yourself.
Yeah. Play with the trend.
Play with the trend, and
like what we're learning on stock market, right? And I was, learning this new stuff, and we're enjoying it. We're helping our community to learn with us, and at the same time help other people to increase the level of their knowledge of what's going on in the market. So in real estate, of course, when people hear about real estate, it's about the properties, real estate agents, banks, what else? They have to have, they have to have money or funds in order for them to get approved. So what is one thing, like I remember when we did it together like 2 years, not like decades ago. We purchased property. We hired some people to fix our property.
We did a renovation.
Yeah, we did a renovation together. That's how we strengthened our business relationship, and since then we became really, really good friends because I trust you, you trust us, and since then, like we always share wisdom over coffee, cheesecake, donuts, and So along with your 40 years experience, what is one painful thing that taught you a really great lesson?
Well, there's lots of lows in business too. Anybody in any kind of business is gonna have highs and lows. One of the things that I found to be difficult to deal with was the critics in your life.
Yes.
That aren't like me, where I like to see people do well and make money and go on. Some people prefer to see
the crab mentality.
And the critics. And I've experienced that over a long period of time because this is jealous of my work ethic. So they would love to pull you down. Some of them are, but that goes with the territory. I understand it. accept it and embrace it. And now I've kind of gone with the opposite attitude. It's like free advertising.
Oh
So,
yeah,
if
that's
they
good.
want to talk about me, like
Popularity is still popularity.
popularity is still popular.
Yeah.
So, it doesn't happen.
How did you manage those? Like how you conquer those time? Because people, I know one of the reasons why people quit is if they're not happy. Because it's not a happy place where people is criticizing, especially those people who don't know you, right? And they think they thought that they know you from head to toe. But real truth is that you work so hard, you're just giving your best, you love people, and you understand that making money is not a bad thing
Yeah, that's
as long as you are giving your best, you're there for your work, day in and day out. But still, we can't please people.
No, and that's what I've learned to accept. You just can't please everybody, and that's the way it is.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with it. Like I say, it's kind of free advertising. It
Yeah.
costs a lot of money to get your name out there, and I'm not going to let a couple of bad apples.
Yes.
Where-
That's
and,
right.
and you try to force me out of business. So
Mhm.
I've overcome all that. At one time, it was, when I was younger, it was hard. It was, you went home and worried
Anymore, right?
about,
Because number one, you're matured. You already have proven that
Yeah.
what they said doesn't really matter as long as your intention and your action is in alignment with your purpose.
That's right. And as long as you're doing a good job and
Yeah.
not hurting anyone, which I never have.
Mhm.
And there's it's a pretty close community. So, 3 people.
Yes. So there you go, to our lovely, amazing viewers. Whatever industry that you are in, if you encounter such, thing like really challenging your emotions, because it's still a mindset. They have a mindset of their own, but focus. Focus on your intentions and focus on investing in yourself. Get good, and sometimes it's nice to have some critics
Oh,
because
yeah,
you're gonna put your energy towards to how you could get better.
that's right. And, it's like in the show home, like 100 people would come in. They're not all buyers.
Mhm.
So they're not all going, oh, I love Jeff.
Yeah.
They're going to the next show and then they like Phil or they like Bob or Carol. So it's just the way the industry works. So if you're honest and straightforward and know your business, know your people.
Yeah. Wow. You know what? If one of our viewers who is just thinking of starting in your industry, what would be your advice to them? Let's say there's a 20-year-old or 25-year-old who happened to watch you here and they're thinking, wow, I could, if Jeff could do it and made it to 40 years, why can't we? Because now there's Facebook, Instagram. During your time, I think you're like using the mail, snail mail.
When I was in the show home when we started, all we had was a recorder. So we had no cell phone. There was no internet, of course.
Wow.
We didn't even carry papers. And we were in the show home from 1 o'clock to 8 o'clock. So at that time, I read the free press, one end to the other. I was up on all of those things.
I have one question here from our viewers. Okay, let me scroll it down. Okay, for those, yeah. All right.
Well,
What do you?
I know
go
what I
ahead.
wanted to say. I'm going to cut you off there.
Okay.
If I was a 25-year-old young man or woman starting, it's the best time to get into it because
Mhm.
you have so many friends. You're just out of university and you
Mhm.
have a huge connection of young people that are going to be buying real estate. So it's a great time to get in. And, I'm old now. So,
Mhm.
uh, my, my age group are not all of them.
Mhm.
You need to sell. But,
So you said like you're thinking like if you're young now it's the best time.
oh,
What if they are already in the middle aged people?
well, that's fine. Too.
Yeah.
As long as they've got the energy and they embrace the business,
Yes.
it's a good business. My daughter is still taking her real estate license. She used to work with me when she was about 20. She started
Oh.
helping me with the showroom
Mhm.
and get a lot of it. And then she got a great job and has been working in that. But she wants to get a real estate license and do it part time.
Oh, I have one question here from our audience. They said that, when you are doing the same, you have many friends. Then all of a sudden, you shift into one industry and you have your own business. Now, all of a sudden, your friends are not your friends. They're not your buyers, or sometimes they're gonna wanna pull you down. So, what can you say, or what will be your advice to those people like, oh, I just shift to one business or one industry and all of a sudden my friends doesn't like me anymore.
Well, business can go that way, but like I said earlier, it's a big city.
Mhm.
So
Big city.
I've always been a believer in advertising.
Mhm.
Now that it's switched to social media and I'm
Mhm.
older, it's a little harder for me to catch up. I do have Instagram and I've got about 1,300 followers.
Mhm.
Always trying to
Wow.
increase that.
Mhm.
I thought it would be easy to be like, you see some of them with
Mhm.
8,000 or 5,000, but it's not.
But that one is organic. I saw you posting because there are a lot of followers. They're just
Yeah.
paying and buying the
Yeah.
followers, but you don't need that in your industry. You
No.
need the organic.
I'm just
followers.
organic. I just post a
Yeah.
picture, tell a little story, and so it's been good.
Mhm.
I don't advertise as much as I need to, so
Mhm.
it's not as crazy. But if you are starting, you do have to get your name out there about business.
Mhm.
Do
Mhm.
this. And I'm a believer in that.
How old are you?
I
If you
am.
don't mind us sharing it to our
I'm
viewers.
67.
67. One thing that is fascinating about you is like you're 67, you're in a good shape, you're taking care of yourself, you're still in the industry, and you still have goals. Like
Oh yeah.
to all our viewers, if you stop moving forward and you stop dreaming, that's the end of your life.
Well, everybody's different,
Mhm.
and I have lots of friends who
Mhm.
retired when they're in their 50s,
Nice.
and they're quite happy.
Yes, yes.
And I also have friends that work till they're in their 80s,
Mhm.
and they're very happy too.
Yeah.
One of my bosses worked till he was 83, I think,
Mhm.
and he just didn't want to retire, and he
I
kept
think
at it.
I think it just boils down to what's your purpose.
It
in
really
life.
is.
Determining and embracing your purpose and what you want to do.
Yes.
So if you're not in real estate industry, what do you think you would be doing?
Well, I started out as a farmer,
Mm.
and I grew up on the farm, and I never thought I would do anything but farm.
Mhm.
That was, I bought my first property when I was 18,
Mhm.
about 160 acres, and by the time my younger brother and I, when I was 22 and he was 21,
Mhm.
we owned about 1,000 acres and rented another 1,000 acres.
Mhm.
And then in 1980, roughly, interest rates went up like sky high,
Mhm.
and and that's how I got into real estate. The fellows that were selling the farm copies.
Mm.
So that was one thing that I would have
Mm.
probably taken away. Other than that, I really I've just enjoyed real estate so much. I never really wanted to change or had thoughts of, I should go do this. I never really wanted to work in a factory.
Mhm.
I sold cars for one day.
Oh.
Didn't like that. I sold mobile.
So you mean you also explored different
Yeah,
stuff before you become the real estate
Yeah.
agent?
Not very much. I kind of went from farming to real
Oh,
estate.
okay, so that is really your calling.
Yeah, and but when I took my real estate license, I just kind of took it on with no plan to be a realtor. I just wasn't sure what I was going to do, and I took it, and I loved it.
Mhm. Can you say that you are on your comfort zone now? It's your
Oh,
comfort zone.
Totally, yeah,
Mhm.
totally.
So if it's your comfort zone, do you still feel some challenge
Oh,
in your
for sure.
life?
One of the challenges now is my age, and a lot of the buyers are in their 30s and early 40s. And I've always been a gorgeous percentage of buyers, and they want to deal with some of their own age. And
Mhm.
I understand that because when I was their age, I was selling to all those people, and I just all of a sudden I'm older. So there's a challenge in keeping the sales going
Mhm.
when you're competing with
Mhm.
34 year olds. Has
Yeah, but I think that's one of your advantages, like your wisdom, your experience. Nothing could beat the experience, right?
Yes, that's right.
And the lessons that you've learned, because it's nothing like, okay, this is just I'm gonna learn it. I think what you're still learning is the social media per se,
Yes. Oh, yeah.
but about real estate for you is like like you're just crunching. It's like your breakfast or lunch on a
Well,
daily basis.
Especially the new home business. That's why. And so, put me in a show home, put me in a new subdivision, give me a couple of lots and a spec sheet on the house, and then I can pretty much get that across to any buyer in a proper way for the builder to be sold.
I remember when I was watching one of the shows that is, what do you call that? And they said that one of the chefs said, anybody can cook. What movie is that? What movie is that? The Anybody Can Cook. Ratatouille. Yeah, the Ratatouille. Can you say that? Can you say in your industry that anybody can sell a house or property?
Of course, yes. Anybody could get their license and they would sell some homes. There's no question about that. But how
there you go. Anyone can do anything. The question is, number one, do you really like it? Are you willing to invest in yourself? Are you willing to do what Jeff has done? Are you willing to grow from the challenges? Do you know and you recognize your purpose? Are you willing to embrace those? And are you also willing to grow the industry? Because yes, it's nice and fun to help other people, but one thing that you shared is that if you're having fun but you don't have any food to bring on the table, I think you're gonna quit.
Yeah, you have to make it matter. And you don't know. I've seen many realtors, struggling realtors, who have not had any success, and just virtually had no food in the fridge, and had to put on the public try to cook food, and found it different. And I encouraged them to quit. And I was mentoring, and they just couldn't make it happen. And they had, run out of funds, and some of them lost their
Mhm.
So I mean, it's not for everybody,
Yes.
and that's for sure.
Yeah.
And you don't want to
Mhm.
just listen to me that it's all wonderful because it's not all.
Yeah, the
wonderful.
inspiration for sure is there, and the motivation should come from within. And also, growing yourself is a personal decision. You cannot just, okay, I'll be like Jeff, and then overnight, oh, check mark, I'm 25. Check mark, I could last for 40 years. Check mark, if Jeff could do it, I could probably do it. Check mark, I had those challenges, probably maybe I could make it to the point where we could sell. Like, yes, I believe you, that's very strong encouragement to people. You really have to know. And then one thing that I would like to share to all of you viewers and to all of you, this is the reason why I specialized in communication and human behavior at my back. I help people to analyze and determine their intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. And once they define that, I gave them a cheat sheet how to communicate. If you're in sales, you'll know what your clients needs. You don't want to be, okay, this is a 10 square footage, there's a benefits where your client really already giving you a buying signal. So this is one of the benefits of having your knowing your superpower, your intrinsic and intrinsic motivation, and also knowing how to communicate with human beings.
That's right.
Yeah, communication is the key, right?
Communication is the key, and in the new home business in Winnipeg, it's always been a lot of new Canadians that have gone through. Almost a big percent. All the builders know that, and sometimes language is
Yes.
an issue because English is their second language. So you've got to be able to communicate with someone that does not maybe understand what you're saying clearly. So you've got to be patient, and when they're asking questions, you've got to be able
Yes.
to answer properly and show respect and get what they need for them to make it.
Yeah, because that is very vital, right?
Oh, it's very important.
Especially the miscommunication. With miscommunication, there will be misjudgment.
There can be lots of problems with
Yes.
miscommunication, and it was just a simple not listening. And I try to be a really good listener, and I also try to put myself at everybody's level. I don't want to sound like a show with braggart. I just want to give them proper information, help them make their decision in a friendly way so that they are not scared of it.
Yes.
And I think that has really helped me over the years, and I believe in that, and I have a huge respect for someone that's just come to Canada. And
The newcomers.
the newcomers,
immigrants,
because they've been such a big part of my career, and they've come and they've found a job, and the first thing they want to do is buy it.
That's true.
Put their family and their communities, and I've been so fortunate that
Oh wow, it's not just about selling homes after all. There's a lot of things behind the scenes, right? And one of the things that I do on a weekly basis, I have this ministry. Every Friday, I help couples to really understand, what's next in line. Do not just make a decision because, like Jay and I, when you mentioned about you have high respect with newcomers, because I remember when we were new here, we don't have a job, and we really, really like to buy and purchase the house. and they just asked me. I think they don't want to waste their time because they're busy. The agent asked me, "Do you have a job?" And I said, "No, but we want to, purchase a house." They did not know that yes, we don't have job, but we have resources. One of the questions should be, are you willing to purchase? And they should like really
Qualify.
ask, qualify. But then right there and then, oh, you don't have a job. Okay,
They
call
see
me
you.
when yes, like I feel so bad at times. Like really, I didn't even get a chance to see some properties.
I can really say that I've helped the people that
Mhm.
were a little underqualified to purchase, and
Mhm.
was able to work with them and help them
Mhm.
come up with a plan to
Wow.
purchase house.
Thank you for
Yeah.
that.
And in fact, the market's changed a little bit in the last 2 or 3 years. I just did a rent to own on a
Mhm.
house in LaSalle,
Mhm.
and the people are just so happy. And the builder is happy. He had a property that he couldn't sell, and people were needed some extra help in their qualification, and the builder and them have made a plan.
You over serving your clients.
Yes, I help them, and it's I love it. It's a lot of fun.
So now I know you guys are enjoying if you're listening. You can message, you can communicate with Jeff through his email, Instagram, Facebook. Invite them, Jeff, if you have
Yes.
any other promotions or events.
Well, there's always some promotion going on
Mhm.
in my real estate world
Mhm.
because I work with builders,
Mhm.
and the builders in Winnipeg are great promoters.
Mhm.
So they've generally got something going on, and
Mhm.
I'm the lucky guy that helps them promote it. So there's usually something going on. I work with a company called Maximum Realty.
Mhm.
I've been with them for 24 years now,
Mhm.
and they're a very good company to work with. The builder I work with is Randall Homes, which is a very long company. And I've been with them for 5 years. Excellent builder, has great quality, and the owner's a wonderful young guy in his 40s. So those are great places. I also sell a lot of resale homes, so I'm always looking for listings or
Yes.
buyers on YouTube. And yeah, so
Wow. Well, thank you so much, Jeff. Did you enjoy our session
I
today?
did. I really enjoyed it, and so now when I'm listening to Conan, I'll know what they're doing. They're just
Yes.
sitting talking, and that's what we did, and I enjoyed talking. I hope your audience enjoyed it. I hope they don't think I brag too much.
100%, they'll enjoy it. So what is one thing that you appreciate about our relationship since we've met? This Jay and I, we appreciate you.
Well, from the time I met you, I was impressed with your enthusiasm and your positivity, and Jay's support of me. You definitely the right team, and I've always been impressed with your programs that you come up with, and your motivational speaking. You're a positive force. And
I like that.
and I like being around positive people. It makes me feel good, and I always go away feeling good. And generally, I sell a house right after, so there must be something that happened. But always.
That's right. You know what struck me with what you just said. When you feel good, you do good.
Oh,
That's why
totally, it's really true.
When you are around with people who likes you, trust you, and you like at the same time.
And you can talk positive things and get positive feedback. And like I said earlier, I really like seeing people grow.
Yes.
I have a niece who's done just fabulous for the business. And she does great, and I encouraged her so much when she started out, when she wasn't sure that she had problems. She's doing it on her own. She doesn't need me for me, and she me. So those kind of stories I love. I love that kind of stuff.
It's, you know, the positive stories, positive journey is something that we embrace, that
Totally.
lifted us, right?
Yes.
Because one of the things that I also shared, when you pull someone up, you are actually pulling yourself up, uplifting yourself.
Oh, you are.
Yeah.
Because you're not living in a low corner, not feeling good about your life and the world that you're in. So I'm a believer in that. I'm a believer in positive.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. Yes, I wish that we have more time. Time flies, right? You didn't
does.
notice that it's almost an hour.
No, I really?
Yes. You just roll like golden nuggets and you share it with them. I appreciate you. And remember, in the journey of real estate and life alike, there's always lessons to be learned.
For sure.
And I want you to go back to this recording, write down in your journal what are the lessons that you've learned today from our special guest, from his wisdom, from his experience. He is a hardcore real estate agent. Up to this moment, he has these goals of selling 500 more houses. Can you believe that?
500 might be a stretch, but I sure want to do a couple hundred.
Couple hundred, yeah. So I mean, even like 100 or 10, like for me, it's like you don't need to work that hard anymore. But I guess it's the passion that drives you.
It's the fun of making this meeting new people, helping them. It's helping.
So next time, probably we'll be sharing about sell, because 99% of the people, they hate selling. 97% of the people, they hate speaking, public speaking, or they're afraid, not even hate, like they're afraid. And 90% of the people are not comfortable of making money. That's why they go to their shell without knowing and amplifying their gifts. So if you are someone like that, I encourage you to get out of your comfort zone, because God created us to win. God created you to win. And they said that if you're a reader and you don't read at all, you're like a person who can't read. So if the parable of the talent says that if you have a talent, if you don't use it, it's like you don't have a gift. It's a waste. It's like a muscle. If you use it, you don't use it, you lose it.
That's right.
And now you've used and you've used your talents and abilities. Yeah. That's why you're not aging. You age gracefully. And when you look back, there's a lot of families that you help. Like, I know you enjoy talking to me and sharing your stories about how you serve those people who are not even qualified at first, right? It's the joy.
Yes.
It's your joy. So now, what's your last message and encouragement to our viewers today? And by the way, before you say something, High Five Live with Coach Clarissa. FIDE. F is your faith. Have faith in yourself. I is the inspiration that you're getting from Jeff. We believe in yourself that you are victorious. And E, here's your E, your encouragement. Take it away, Jeff.
Well, I think I've said a lot today. I talked more than I thought. And I just want to say to everybody, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope life was good to you. And if you want to buy a house,
there you go. And I'm going to send the link below. If you have questions, please feel free to share your questions. And who knows, maybe we'll have part 2 with Jeff. And if you have questions, if we could be able to serve you, don't hesitate to ask questions and connect with him. Again, success is not final. failure is not fatal. It's the courage to continue that counts. He indeed continued on for 40 years and still moving onwards and upwards. It's because of one thing and one thing only. According to Philippians chapter 4, verse 13, I can do everything through his strength. All right, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Risa.
Thank you.
Thank the audience for watching. And God bless.
Thank you so much. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye to our YouTube.
Bye-bye.